Yes, I'm Michael Gates. I'm a owner-operator for Big M Transportation. I started back about 2 years ago, and during the course of some mishaps, I had to take off. And I just came back in December and went back to lease purchase, and I've been here since December. Yeah, back in November, actually it was Thanksgiving Eve night. I was on my way home, had a load to Memphis to bring me home uh, to have Thanksgiving dinner with my family. And I had dropped my trailer at Interstate Drop Yard. Had went to this little convenience store that I have visited a million times, and got out of my truck, took $5 out of my pocket, and laid my wallet over on the seat. And unfortunately, I never made it home. There was a guy in my truck when I came out, and as he took off with my wallet. And I probably should have just let him went ahead and ran, but I'm the type guy that don't like for you to take anything from me. So I gave chase to him, caught up with him, and actually gave him the old two-piece. And about that time, he called for more help, and about 6 guys came out. And so about that, me being a military veteran, I'm also pretty good in martial arts. But when you got 6 guys, and especially when one sneak up behind you and hit you with the first lick that they hit me with was a fence pole, and they took all the back of my head out here with the fence pole. And about that time, I'm still bleeding and still fighting. So I said, okay, y'all just wait till I get to my truck. And they said, no, you'll never get to your truck. So basically after that, that's all that I remember. They took me down about maybe a mile and a half away from the point where they abducted me at, and dumped my body out thinking that they had killed me, that it was over with, that I was gonna die. But they took me down and dumped me out at a place where nobody would have ever found me at, probably a couple days later. And by God blessing me to be able to dial 911 on my phone, which they left on me, when by me not answering the 911 stress call, 911 pinged in on my phone, and they came. And at that point, they took me to the hospital. They worked on me to do all that they could. Had to have my whole face reconstructed. I lost my spleen, both left femur and right femur broken, my neck broken. Had to get a trach. I can't use any fingers on this hand, but these 2 fingers here, they totally cut the leader on this hand, which caused these fingers to collapse. The only way to get it done is to have surgery. I've been working hard, trying to get back to work, and then this hand, they destroyed the nerves completely, and the electricity runs down through this hand every day, so I've become used to the pain and adapted to it. This whole process has been, first of all, you got to work through the anger that you have for people who did this to you, so that you can start to heal. You can never heal as long as there's anger or there's a grudge there. And then the main thing is I've spent 26 years in the military, not a scar on me. I went through every war situation from 1976 up to the end of Desert Storm, every situation I was in it, and didn't get a scratch on me. I can always remember one thing that my mom taught me. She had a motto, and she said, "We don't give up, we get up." I could hear my wife every day. She come in, and her words was, "He should live, he should not die." And one day God gave me the ability. When she walked in and said that, I called her by her name, and she almost ran out the room. And she started calling doctors. Doctors come running in everywhere saying, "Man, it's a miracle, it's a miracle. How did he do that? We don't understand how he did that." Because if you lose oxygen for over 8 hours, I'm not even supposed to be holding this I'm not even supposed to be doing this interview right now. With the injuries and the trauma that I had, I'm not even supposed to be walking. Definitely not supposed to be behind a truck wheel. So it went on down the road, and actually I came home, and after not walking, not doing anything for 2.5 months, which that's the oddest thing, because I've tried to capture that 2.5 months back. What happened? Where did it go? Even though I was there, it was like I wasn't there. I can't really pull that 2.5 months together yet. But overall, It has made me appreciate things a lot more. And during the time, I'm thinking, man, after all the years in the military, man, and everything, I had my family somewhat secure, but not as secure as I would have liked to have had them. And it's because we think that we don't know when our time is going to be. We think that we got a long time. It's kind of like the old dog with a long chain theory. You know, you run out there and your chain ain't long as you thought it was, you know. So therefore, it has made me look at life a whole lot differently. I had 13 stairs to my bedroom when I went home, and they wanted to put a hospital bed downstairs. I said, no. I said, I'm going up those stairs. I said, now, I do believe in God. I said, if God called Lazarus from the dead, and as history shows me, he had 31 steps that he didn't walk up. He jumped up because he was still in grave clothes. I said, I got 13 steps. And I said, I'm going to walk up every one of them. And I threw the walker over in the corner. And that's where it's been ever since. And with all the injuries, I walked upstairs and got in my bed. And I started doing my physical therapy. Well, it got to the point to where I said, man, I want to drive. Well, I knew, I didn't think I was ready to come back to Big M yet, even though I was ready. I didn't even think that I was going to pass a DOT physical. So my brother-in-law said, well, if you think you that ready, he has a truck. He said, I'll tell you what I'll do. You can come ride and drive with me. Man, I did not even think in this world that, man, anybody would give me a pass, you know what I'm saying, with all the injuries and everything I had. But today, I hold a 2-year medical card in my pocket. And I want you to know that in the past, I had high blood pressure issues. I had diabetes issues. None of that is existent today. No cholesterol, no high blood pressure, no diabetes, no, I'm not on any medication at all. I can only give all the glory to God and to my wife, because she's stuck in there. She didn't know anything about nursing. And she didn't know anything about nursing at all, but here it is. She's taking a patient home. Man, it's been an effort that God has shown me. And he really showed me that Big M is where I'm supposed to be. And I still don't know what my purpose is here, but I do know that I have a purpose. And not only do I have a purpose here, but I got a driven purpose, because I got a driven purpose for life. Every day that I wake up and able to breathe God's air, I will continue in that driven purpose. I don't know what tomorrow gonna bring. I mean, I'm not a rocket scientist. You know, I don't know why a black cow eat green grass and give white milk, but I do know what God's blood done in my life and how he redeemed me. And how he cleaned my life up, and how he's made me appreciate life, and he made me look at life more importantly than I've ever looked at it in my life. And I tell any drivers out there, man, you're not going to always have a good day. You know, you're not going to always have, but you should have a good day. And I'm going to say why. I will not give anybody the volume to ruin my whole day. I won't give anybody that much control, because number one, God is in charge. And there's nothing that I'm going to face during the day that he and I can and will not face together. And that's a fact. Those are facts. Yeah. Sound like I'm bragging? I am on him. Nothing of my ability, but you know, I thank God for who he's made me. Somebody asked me the other day, you know, what would I change in life? If I had to change anything, and I told him nothing. Because what I have gone through has made me who I am. A lot of times we look back at the horrors that we go through, the agony that we go through, the suffering that we go through. But you know what? That's a part of making us who we are. It's to have the courage and be thankful that you're here. And maybe, you know, how I look at life is that now I can help somebody. Everybody wants to reign with God, but nobody wants to suffer with him. You can't reign, you can't wear the crown if you can't suffer. You'll make it. And that's me, that's my story.